forgot about making gay friends at the bar. Hey guys, so I did make a video a while ago saying I'm moving to the UK, which was kind of like a clickbait situation, because I said in the video I'm only going for a month. So does that really count as moving? I personally don't think so. Huh. Just to catch you guys up in case you didn't see that video, I am here in Eastbourne in the UK. It's a beach town, quiet, nice, lovely, beautiful weather, sunny all day, literally all day. It's great, I love it. And I am here taking a 1-month wig making course at the Wig Academy. And I'm here to learn how to make full lace, bespoke, handmade wigs, which is something being self-taught for the most part I never learned how to do. I learned how to ventilate, I learned how to do fronts, I can lay a front and a top, I can style all day long, but I never learned how to make the full lace, handmade wigs from scratch. And that is why I'm here, and it's awesome. This is my first vlog of my like European adventure video series or something. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I'll figure that out when I get to it. And I'm gonna be over here in Europe for 5 weeks. This has been the end of week 1. And then my course is 3 more weeks, and then I'm going on vacation for a week and a half-ish. So I'll be making videos the rest of the time that I'm here because I'm not working. I'm literally just in school and eating a lot of food. So let's get started. Disclaimer, this is actually Thursday, so I still have another day of class tomorrow, Friday, but I'm immediately leaving after class to take the train to London for the weekend because it's Pride, and Alexis and Ritzy and Britta and my buddy Russell and a couple of other of my friends from New York will be there performing. So I'm going to see them and being supportive and hopefully gonna catch a West End show or 2 while I'm there. So I left late Thursday night. The week or 2 leading up to me leaving was hell. Like it was so rough. I had so much stuff to do, so many deadlines. I was rushing and rushing and rushing to finish all of this stuff. I got pretty much everything done that I needed to do. So Thursday was like a really, really long day for me. It was really stressful. And I was kind of like on edge all day just because I knew that I was leaving and I knew that I only had X amount of time to do everything I needed to do on Thursday. And my flight was at, I believe, my flight was scheduled to leave New York City at 10:30 at night Thursday, which put me into, I almost said LA, put me into London at 10 a.m. Friday morning. I haven't done an international flight in probably about 12 years or so, and I've never done one by myself. So I wasn't quite sure what to expect, if stuff has changed. So I just got there super early. And luckily I did because the line to go through security was insane. Our flight boarded pretty much on time. I flew, because people might ask, I don't know if it matters, I flew Delta and I had a window seat because I need to sleep on a plane, even though I still haven't learned my lesson that I can't sleep on planes. So I got on the plane, we were fine, and we pulled away from the gate. Same as normal, like it's like 10:30. We might have pulled out a little late, but we pulled out of the gate and I was like, okay, great, I'll turn on a movie. And I learned my lesson when I came back from Vegas that if I put on a movie that I already know versus a movie I've never seen, I'm gonna be more inclined to go to sleep. So I popped a Benadryl and a half. I didn't really know where to get like a Xanax or anything. So I just took a Benadryl and a half, knowing that a Benadryl usually makes me sleepy. So I took a Benadryl and a half and I put on The Devil Wears Prada. And so we pull out from the gate and we're sitting on the tarmac. I watched over half of The Devil Wears Prada sitting on the tarmac at JFK, LaGuardia, JFK. Because they're doing construction and stuff, they really only have like 1 lane open to fly out of. So we eventually did take off and I'm starting to feel a little drowsy, but like nothing crazy. I finished the movie. Still not feeling really tired or anything, so I ended up popping the other half of the Benadryl. They came around with like a drink service and a food service. I order a vodka soda and I down the vodka soda like it's water, and I'm like, you know, Benadryl and a vodka, I'm gonna knock out. It's gonna be good. Pretty much the pattern was I put on a movie, I started to watch it, I'd fall asleep, and then when the end credits would start, I'd wake up and I'd put on another movie, and then again, like through the movie, start to fall asleep for about an hour and a half, wake up again, end credits rolling. We land at Gatwick and going through customs, and you know, you're waiting in line, and it probably took about an hour for us to get through the customs line. But also, you know, I arrived on a Friday morning. It's like the first flight in the morning, and I kind of expected it to be kind of a shit show. So I get in the cab and I'm starting to feel really sleepy, and I knocked out for an hour because my dumbass didn't research how far the different airports of London are to actual London itself. So Gatwick at that time of day was about an hour and a half drive out. The cab driver like gently is like, hey, we're at your hotel. And I wake up and it's 1:30. So I pay him and I hop out. And I get to my hotel, and I stayed at the Hotel Morgan, or Morgan Hotel, I think, which is in Soho. It's like 2 blocks away from the theater where Motown, the musical, is playing in the West End. I am texting with Jane Gage. I think her Instagram's Jane Gage Hair and Makeup. I think that's her Instagram name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. I will definitely put it here. She does all of Charlie Hyde's wigs, and she is a London-based hair and wig person. Jane and I are texting, and she's working right now at the Royal Opera in London, and of course I'm really close by. So I took a quick nap, ran over there, and she gave me a quick little tour of the opera house. She couldn't take me out on the stage because they were moving the scenery in and out for the evening production. But she took me to the wig room, and it was the most beautiful wig room I've ever seen. It had all these skylights and vaulted like angled, not vaulted, but like angled ceilings with the skylights that opened, and a beautiful view of Covent Garden. And we went to the Krylon store at Covent Garden, and I bought a new show apron for backstage. My friend Society, who does kind of what I do, she's kind of a super swings on a whole bunch of shows doing hair and makeup on the West End. Through a friend of hers that was in 42nd Street, she was able to get me a super heavily discounted ticket to the show, and I was 5th row. I was kind of on the side, so I wasn't dead center, but it was a great seat. The production was amazing. Basically like a remounting of the Broadway production that was up on Broadway when I was in high school. Also really loved the show because all of the ensemble girls were all different heights and sizes and body types, and some of the girls were like rail thin and tall. Some of the, like there was one girl, she was so cute and she had such great energy. She was the shortest one of all of them. And she was a little curvy and had this like really cute round face, and she was so good in the show, and I loved watching her on stage. And during like We're in the Money, like some of the girls had like bra fat rolls and like back rolls on their costumes, and I loved that because they're real women, like they're real people. And especially now, Broadway is kind of taking a turn back to that, but for the past 10 or 12 years, everyone on Broadway has been like a supermodel, jacked, ripped to the gods. For the most part, not everybody. And it was just refreshing to see different colors, shapes, and sizes of people as an ensemble, because to me, it makes it feel more real. And I went out for drinks with Jane and some of her friends from the opera, and I get up super early in the morning and I take a cab to Victoria Station, and then I get on the train to come to Eastbourne, except my train was canceled, so I had to go on an earlier train and then transfer at Brighton and then come into Eastbourne. And then I went to the management company that I'm renting from, and I got my key, and they walked me over and showed me the house and everything, and so this is my room. Yay! And so I'm renting from a company called Student Heaven, and I definitely highly suggest them if you guys are coming to Eastbourne to go to the Wig Academy, which I also highly suggest as well. And they're great, and I'm in a house. This is a 6-bedroom house. There are 7 of us in here. There is a married couple here as well. So there's 7 of us, so it's kind of like 7 strangers living in a house. It's kind of like the real world, a little bit. I am the only American, and they're all here studying English. There's a foreign language school here in Eastbourne as well, and all my housemates are studying there. And it took me a couple days, but I have met everybody now. I see some more than I see others. One, I've seen my one housemate once. I've seen him once, and that was it. And I think one of the girls I've seen once. But there's another girl that I've seen many times. There's a guy I see every day. I wanted to save my money and be really frugal with my housing, so it's super cheap. It's actually cheaper for me to stay in this house for an entire month than it would have been for me to stay in a B&B or an apartment for a week. So do the math. Why not? I'm a Jew. I'm saving money. I'm cheap. Yay. Saturday night, I did go to the one and only gay bar here in town. It's called Heart. And I went there by myself, and I was there for maybe an hour, like playing games on my phone and drinking, because there weren't a lot of people in there. And then a guy comes over and says, hey, do you want to join us at our table? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. So it was him and his boyfriend, two friends of theirs, one friend who lives in Eastbourne, and then another friend who's also at the language school. So we all got to talking. He's an opera singer, so we talked about opera and wigs, and he's done a couple musicals in his day, and we talked about drag and stuff like that. So it was good to make a friend, and we exchanged numbers and we've chatted. I haven't seen him since, but we have chatted. Him and his boyfriend are kind of traveling the world right now. They're taking a year-long vacation. Year-long vacation, like, jealous. Sunday, I just kind of hung out and didn't really do anything. A friend of mine from New York, AK, we worked on Trip of Love together last year. She's currently on Cats on Broadway. AK also is taking the course with me. We didn't sign up together. We just, we both were talking about it, and we found out that we were taking the course at the same time. There's a lot of my friends from New York that have taken it or are taking it. My friend Melissa left the day before I got here. My friend Josh is coming the day after I leave. So there's a lot of us from New York coming to Eastbourne to take this course. So I hung out with AK and her husband. He works in computers and software stuff, so he can work remotely. So he came along with her. She's doing a 2-month course. Monday, we woke up early. She's staying like 2 blocks away from here, so we walked. She met me on the corner. We walked in together. We stopped at Starbucks. There is a Starbucks. And the first day of the course for us was, we met with Barbie, who is the principal of the school, and she's amazing, and she's so knowledgeable and patient and kind, and just like, I couldn't think of a better person to learn from than her. And the first day we practiced pin curling and doing hairline tracings on, you know, like hairdressing dummies. The things that I tell you guys not to make wigs on, one of those. And we practiced doing pin curls and hairline tracings on that. And then we started working on our first full lace foundation by transferring measurements given to us onto a block and patting it out, and then draping all the different pieces of the lace together. And so we started that Monday, and then we worked on those all day Tuesday. And then mine was almost done Wednesday morning. Barbie has 2 friends of hers. Their names are Nikki and Jenny, I think, that are her friends that come in, and they're the hairline model for every course. Nikki came in, and I did pin curl prep, and I, you know, did the hairline tracing for her, and then I did her measurements and set that aside. Finished my first full lace foundation ever, and I'll put up a picture of it here. It is a little rough. I did make a couple mistakes, but I did definitely learn from it. Almost done with my second one right now, and it's definitely way better than my first. And then I started working on Nikki's head block. So I took the block and I patted it out, put her hairline tracing on it, patted it out, and taped it all up. And then I started working on her foundation too. And that's my second is Nikki's foundation. Today is Thursday. And I have the whole thing done except for the front lace. I put the front lace on and I draped it and pinned it in, and then I'll just go and whip stitch that on tomorrow. I have a fitting with her Monday where I'll fit the cap and make sure nothing needs to be adjusted, and then I'll start ventilating on my first full lace wig ever completely handmade from scratch. And I'm very, very excited about that. And there are 2 other students with AK and myself. There is Hetty, who is local. She's from the UK. She lives near Gatwick Airport, and so she stays at home in her apartment, and she drives in every day from there. And then we have Michi, who is from Japan, and he lives in London now, and he commutes from London every day. So he takes an 1.5-hour train in and home every day for the course. Yeah, so that's kind of been my week. I don't feel jet lagged anymore. I didn't really feel jet lagged again after I got to Eastbourne, like Saturday, because I got it on Saturday and I went out that night, and maybe because the sun here, it's sunny all day. The sun goes up before 5 a.m. and the sun doesn't start to go down until 9 p.m. Like it is 5:50 right now, and it's still full sun. Like you guys can see me, it's bright. It's still full sun out right now. So I think that might be part of it, is my body's not quite just adjusted to the sunlight yet. I don't know. Last night I went and took the train out to Brighton, which is about a half an hour train ride from here, and it's kind of like the gay city of the UK. It's not quite like P-Town or Fire Island. Those are kind of a different kind of gay. And I went with my buddy Danielle, and he is a makeup artist, used to be a performer. I went out to meet him Wednesday night in Brighton, and it turns out Wednesday was actually our 1-year Facebook friendversary, which I don't understand why you can't just say friend anniversary or something, Facebook. And I met him through another Instagram wig maker friend of mine who I also haven't met, Sam Cox. And hopefully I will meet him while I'm in London. He couldn't be out late. I didn't want to be out too late because I wanted to try to sleep. Didn't work. But you guys know how in New York there's always sirens when I'm recording videos. Here, there's always seagulls. Seagulls are so loud and obnoxious, and they're just cawing and screeching all hours of the day, night. They don't care. Some of them sound like they're either getting murdered or like they should be riding the short bus or something. Like there's some very interesting sounds that these seagulls make. So yeah, so that was my first week here in the UK. It's been great. I'm learning a lot. I cannot be happier. I'm so happy that I'm here and that I'm studying at the Wig Academy, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm so happy to finally be learning tools of the trade that being someone who's mostly self-taught, I've never learned to do. And I'm one of those people that in this instance, like learning something specific like draping and making wigs, I know that I personally fare better when someone teaches me. It's the same reason why I don't sew very well. It's because I kind of taught myself. My mom kind of taught me some stuff, but no one ever kind of sat down and was like, this is how you press the seam. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. So that's why my sewing is kind of like, meh, because I never really properly learned. But yeah, I'm so happy and excited to be here, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm thinking about the future, and it's looking bright. So I'm definitely very happy to be here. Oh, there's some bells going. Did you guys hear that? Those are the seagulls. They're crazy. They're like, oh, like they sound, I hate birds anyway. So yeah, that's basically been it. That's been my trip. That's been my trip here thus far. Week 1 down. Tomorrow will be the end of my first week of class, and then 3 more weeks, and then going on vacation, and then going home. So this first week has already gone by very, very quickly, and I've learned so much already, and I can't wait to see what else the class has in store for me and what England has in store in Europe in general. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Visit all my fun social media links down in the box. My website, my email, my Instagram, my Facebooks, all of that stuff is down there. And I will see you guys soon for another fun video. Bye.